is using the limited run games replacement Sega CD/Saturn jewel cases the same as using repro manuals/carts? Would you consider reprints of labels and manuals by limited run to be legit copies or fakes? Well, they're not reprinting labels and manuals. They are trying to come up. They announced it. They are going to do those long Sega CD/Saturn jewel cases.
Yeah, so I'm not going to answer a hypothetical about labels and manuals, and
because that's copyrighted material.
Yeah, and you would know our answer on that.
A jewel case is not a copyrighted material.
No, I don't think using the jewel cases by limited run would be anything close to using a repro manual or label or box, because it's a jewel case. It's a non-unique item. It's a non-specific piece of
There's no intellectual property
of that game. It's just like if you were to replace a CD case on a PlayStation game, I'm not going to consider it any different.
Let's put it this way. People are buying cheaper Saturn games like the Madden 97 for their Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Yeah.
So they're already doing stuff like that. They're taking a materially the same item and transferring it over to another. So I don't see, it's not a counterfeit jewel case. That doesn't exist. That concept doesn't exist.
Yeah, counterfeit jewel case that's not a thing.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think there's anything wrong with using limited run jewel cases. If they're manufactured to the same spec and they look the same, it's the same jewel case. The only reason limited run has to do this is because you can't find those jewel cases in ready supply anymore.
Yeah, and they're so dainty, the little tabs that go over where they swivel. I found them on the floor before. I'm like, where did these come from?
No, they're just there. They're just on the floor.
Their consistency is less than a waffle.
I think the reason people are weirded about this, and it's silly, but the reason people get weird about this is because they're being called Saturn jewel cases. If someone came out and said, I'm making repro PlayStation jewel cases, they might be weirded out, but they don't need to, because PlayStation jewel cases are just CD jewel cases.
Yeah, there's a standard 1 or 2 CD cases.
So people can just go buy
those. You can already buy those.
Right.
You can buy those for the past 20 years and no one said anything.
Right, and you just go online, you buy jewel cases. You don't have to type in PlayStation jewel cases. These, unfortunately, are not as available, so people think of them as Saturn jewel cases or tall PlayStation jewel cases, and because you have to designate them as such, people think of them as something special.
And there might be a market in the future for follow-ups. I mean, for TurboGrafx, for the place where you place the Hue card in. I wouldn't complain if someone did that. I really wouldn't.
No, I don't think there's an issue there. Like I said, as long as it meets the original specifications and it looks the same, it's just a jewel case.
Because it's not counterfeit.
Right.
No one owns like a jewel case. You know, anyone can make a jewel case. There isn't a specific one. This is silly. It's not even close.
No, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing.
I don't see anything wrong.
It's not changing the game to use a new jewel case.